Let's face it, life isn't easy. If you're stuck in a bad relationship, betrayed or afraid of tomorrow, financially insecure, or desperate for a breakthrough, you've come to the right place. Dr. Carmen Harra is a renowned psychologist, intuitive, relationship expert, and best-selling author, and she's here to give you the miracle guidance you need. Her new call-in show, Miracle Guidance for Everyday Life, offers profound wisdom, practical advice, daily exercises, and empowering predictions, all for you. Dr. Harra's show aims to eliminate everyday problems, big and small, with topics like healing your relationships, reclaiming your power, achieving better health, dealing with loss, and so much more. Regain the joy, stability, and fulfillment you deserve to feel. Tune in to Miracle Guidance for Everyday Life with host Dr. Carmen Harra, live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and find the answers you've been looking for.
Hello, my dear friends, and welcome to another episode of Miracle Guidance. So excited to be with you tonight, like every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on OMTimes Radio. I choose a topic tonight that I called How Past Life Affects Your Future. And I want to tell you that the soul, that's my opinion, the soul is not new, and your soul is not new in this world. Unlike your body, it has experienced life many times before, traveling through multiple lifetimes to learn the lesson and to attain peace. Now, this is the philosophy that Pythagoras, the Greek philosopher, more than 2,500 years ago, was talking about. Not only he established the concept of time and translated time into energy and established the concept of numbers, so we have numerology from him. He was actually inspired by Kabbalah and other ancient teaching, but he also talked about the fact that everything is energy, a number is an energy, and the energy is the soul, and energy never dies. And consequently, he talks about the transmigration of the soul. In other words, when you leave your body and you might enter another body. So he does talk about this in great length so many years ago, 2,500 years ago. Now, indirectly, he does talk about the concept of karma, the concept of past life karma being responsible for the family you are born into, the relationship you bring in, the career you choose, your soul history, the obstacle you face, and everything that's happening to you. So I want you to tune in tonight, and I'm going to try to give you a hint about past lives that you guys experience. If any of you is like curious to see, okay, I want to find out where have I been before, we'll talk about your past lives. It's going to be quite an interesting show. As I said, the truth is that we more than we acknowledge, there's more about life than we can see. And sometimes, we create things that we cannot resolve. So here we go to the concept of karma, karma being the totality of your thoughts, your intention, your action, everything that you put in the universe, everything that you do towards yourself, your family you're coming from, the environment, the community, and your friends, and so on and so forth. So the way we act, every single day we create something that is an imprint at the level of the soul, an imprint that gets attached to your soul. That's why karma is considered to be the memory of your soul. And past life karma, meaning memories coming from past, can be, as I said already, responsible for everything that's happening to you. Meaning, where have you been born? Because there's individual karma, there's family karma, there's global karma. Karma meaning repetition. So what we see happening today is just a repetition of something that happened to us twice before in the same place. So have you ever asked yourself why the war doesn't actually start in, in Australia, in America, anywhere else? Why the Third World War has to go to Europe, and the same players are involved? And why Russian are involved? Because they've been involved before. Why German might be involved? So that part of the world has memory. The earth has memory. There's present karma, there's past karma, and there's accumulated karma called agapi. So karma has different way to be explained. Now, why am I talking about karma? Because karma has a lot to do with something that we carry. So when we said, okay, there's a transmigration of the soul, there's a transfer of all the data, that data that you take with you when you exit the physical world. You take with you the information. Everything about you, you take with you. Everything about your deeds, your action, the way you learn your lesson on earth, the way you learn lessons about love, lessons about peace, lessons about forgiveness, lessons about evolution, everything you take with you. And those elements are the imprints that are transferred, to your new experience. And that's one of the reasons you have to go through the same experiences over and over and over and over again. And that to me is so fascinating and so interesting. So interesting to notice. I remember, I'm going to go to my own experience. When I came to America, one of the things that struck me is when I met my husband. I was very young. I came here with a singing contract, and there's this man coming to me and introducing himself. The moment I saw him, I almost fainted. For a second, I saw the two of us in a different time. I had that image, in a different era, in a different time. And it's just interesting. I felt like we knew each other. The same thing, I think he felt the same thing. And we were inseparable ever since. And we were destined to meet. And that's why when I talk to you many times and I do so many sessions, I explain people, try to see that connection. If that connection is karmic, if that connection between you and your soulmate is coming from past lives, make sure you acknowledge that. It's extremely important to see whether you are destined to be connected in this lifetime. Anytime we talk about déjà vu, like I already know this. I've seen this before. Because no one comes in by accident. It's all karmic. And it's all coming from a previous experience. That explains why Mozart played the piano at 4 years old. That explains why a lot of people have extraordinary connection with certain places of the world, or develop certain abilities at a very early age, that they actually coming from that information of something they already experienced. It's like many things, both good and bad, that happen are actually not new. They are episodes that are replayed into your life. Think for a second, listening to me. What are the episodes that are replayed in your life? Because something that is not resolved will repeat itself. Whatever is good, whatever is bad will happen and will happen again. Let's say you were very wealthy in a past life. Money somehow will come to you in this life. If you suffer an illness, more likely that illness might come again in this lifetime. If you do something wrong in a past life, and somebody stole from you, that person might come back in this life. So you're probably going to ask me, why do we have to go through that experience again? Because probably, most likely, that experience had never had an ending, or a positive ending, or something there needs to be resolved. Karmic issues, past life issues, can manifest in different type of relationship and in different forms. Okay, let's say you've been abandoned by your father. You might end up abandoning your spouse or your child, even if you claim that that's the last thing you want to do. Part of you knows you were repeating your father's behavior. You turn into your father, even though that's the last thing you want to do. It's like promising not to be like the one who harmed you is not really good enough. So you must resolve the old, the bad, what you carry, because that, if not resolved, will manifest into your life in a way or another, sooner or later. You don't necessarily have to know the origin of your karma in past life or your experiences, all of them coming from past life. You may not remember any of this. But it's helpful to know where and how the issues first started. Begin by, and do this by identifying your pattern and observing how they play out. It takes a lot of vigilance to remain observant and make new decisions each time a similar situation comes up and an opportunity for changing habits presents itself. It is especially difficult with the old issues that go back several lives to achieve that. But mastering something that is your memory is important and is not easy. But with a bit of awareness, good self-discipline, it can be done. And if those issues will play out in your life in some ways and you are aware, you can solve them much easier. You always have to see that the effect of prior incarnation, will be like transfer. It's so, like we used to say, that karma is something that is transferred. The memory is somehow transferred from a generation to another generation, from many generations to your descendants. So if this is not well addressed, this can manifest something. Whatever that is not well addressed, it's coming back to you to be resolved. It is unfortunate because lessons that are painful should not be inherited by children and their children, but reality is that they are. And this is why I'm doing this type of show, and this is why I'm trying to address the issue. So when it comes to your memory of the soul, when it comes to friendship, when it comes to people you knew from prior lives, when it comes to karmic ties that can be very strong between family members, you have to recognize them. And you have to kind of acknowledge some kind of a obligation to sort them out, the duty that you have, towards your family, your kids, your parents, and you have to see those ties that exist. Some people don't have family ties. Some people are just removing themselves from the family background with no remorse, and they're just moving forward. But it is very important to obtain a reasonable, friendly relationship with everybody, because you don't want to create a family rift, or you don't want to be in bad terms with anyone in your life. Many of us don't realize that the close relationship we forge with others have origin in these previous experiences. So in other words, the karmic relationship with friends are just as real as karmic relationship with lovers. There are telltale signs that your friendship is karmic in nature and that you have old stuff to work out. So many times you meet somebody, see them for the first time, and for some reason you don't trust that person. You just sense there are a lot of issues. You feel that person's energy, the spirit. You feel either a deep connection or a deep need to be there for that person. It's fascinating when there are karmic ties, how you feel from the first second that there is something there. So to better understand the nature of what you feel, the nature of past lives, and in which way they influence you, you have to understand, and acknowledge and access the set of memories, in order to go deeper into what happens to you. Because we are souls, we are energy beings, we have consciousness, and consciousness can be transmuted, but like all forms of energy, it can never be destroyed. So our consciousness can be transmuted, and even if we die, the consciousness is not destroyed. So our individual consciousness is connected to all consciousness in the universe, the consciousness of people who lived long ago, the consciousness of souls that are yet to be born, the consciousness of God or spirit. It is the soul that bears the imprint of karma. So the soul transmigrates, moving from a body to separation, and from that to a new form, to a new body, as we come back into the flesh, or back to the spirit world. The cycle repeats itself again and again, unless we are free. we are free from karma. When your mind is free, when your body is free, when you don't care what's in between, what's beyond, what's above you, then you don't have to enter into decay and into deterioration and into the flesh. You don't have to suffer anymore. You don't have to come here to learn the lesson. We are all here because we all have very specific lessons to learn. Now, when we are in the form of the soul, existing in the realm of the spirit, unattached to bodies, we choose to take human form because we want to experience life. We have something to do here. And we're doing it to resolve, like I said, something that was left unhealed. We will learn our lessons. A lot of souls, they leave this planet unprepared or without resolving what they need to resolve. So the consciousness is connected to the formation of the baby in the womb, including its DNA, its brain, and we infuse it with our consciousness when the baby's body is ready to receive it. So all our memories of past life become buried in the subconscious mind. It's exactly like you packed a suitcase and there's everything in there. The conscious mind develops and learns as the results of our adventure on earth, but it doesn't easily access the information in the subconscious mind because that information is dormant. And sometimes we are fully unaware of its connection through the portal of the subconscious mind and through all consciousness, but it can be accessed through that portal. As we mature into adult, we might become consciously aware of our karma, but it still might remain hidden in the subconscious mind. So it's possible that either we're aware or it might not aware, it may affect us later on in life. But when we die, the division between our consciousness and unconsciousness disappears. So we claim all our memories, including all the experiences, and we do like a life review. All our karma remains as memory and an energy imprint of the soul. So I hope that I'm able to explain you a little bit how this works. We have no proofs because nobody came back from the other dimension to tell us exactly how they come back. But I tell you that we have all kinds of emotion, very emotional people. We have fear, anger, resentment, sadness, jealousy that represents a very low vibration. And when we shed our bodies and return to the spiritual realm, our vibration is too high for us to experience all of these negative feelings. So sometimes people asking me, okay, my father died, did he forgive me? Is he still angry with me? No. Where he is, anger, fear, resentment doesn't exist anymore. So that's what's so beautiful about the other dimension, the higher dimension. So I can go on and on and on and on talking to you about this topic. And what's so fascinating is sometimes, there are those mediumship sessions, in which you can connect with the people on the other side. It is very interesting how we can access all that information. And sometimes it's good to do that. It's good to do regression of the mind, to remember the things that we need to remember. And I'm going to go and talk much more about all of this concept because it's so complex and there's so much to talk. But I also want to take your calls. And the first caller is Rosemary from Ontario. Hi, my lovely Rosemary. How are you, my love?
Hi, Carmen. I'm great. How are you?
I'm excited about this topic. I mean, I love this topic. Anytime, I think about what we need to learn, I think that this is the kind of a topic I want to introduce to you guys. So how can I help you tonight?
Well, I'm just wondering what you see. So when you talk about past lives, do you open the Akashic records at all? Is that how you go
That's
about it?
That's a way to do it. So suddenly the Akashic record can be open. And the Akashic record is just the record that exists somewhere in a higher dimension with everything you've ever done. So everything you did is recorded there. So you, I see, for instance, if I think of you, I see you in a life in Poland. I don't know if you ever traveled there or had any connection with Europe. It's interesting. I have no idea why I'm connecting you with that part of the world, but that's what comes in my mind. Probably that's part of your record. I also see you going back in time, long time ago, to Atlantis, a tall blonde woman, and you are very spiritual. And in that life, I see you living very long and having a big number of kids. You had a lot of kids, and live in a very interesting house with very high ceiling and a lot of gold. Like the walls were made of gold. I don't know if you resonate with anything I'm telling you.
With Poland, just because I'm a first generation Canadian, so my parents were from Europe, but they were born in Holland and Belgium.
Okay, so yes, so we go into that part of the world. Definitely something that happened. You were in a family of people that are relatively wealthy. You had 2 kids in that life. Do you have children in this life?
Yes, I have 2.
Two, yeah. You had 2 in that life too. And I see you had a beautiful daughter. Do you have her in this life?
No.
You only have 2 boys?
No. Yes, 2 boys.
Okay. So I feel like she might come back, probably as your granddaughter, or there will be a different way of coming back. Which I feel very strong that's one of the reasons we going deeper into that particular life. And actually, that is not that long time ago. I'm going somewhere at the very beginning of the, like 1902, 1906, something like this, in that time. So right before the First World War. And you were traveling a lot back and forth. You were going to Germany for whichever reason. I think you used to travel in Europe in that time. You came from a wealthy family. It's almost like I feel you had a title or you had something. And the name Jacqueline, Jacqueline comes to me. I don't know why. I don't know what kind of a connection. And Anna, something with an A name. Going back in time. Have you ever tried to do regression of the mind?
Yes. Yeah. It wasn't successful. I don't think I could go deep enough into trance for it.
Right.
I tried.
Sometimes it's not easy to do those things because you have to go very deep. And you have to open up the memory, and that's why I even said memory in the subconscious mind is not easy to be accessed. I feel like the connection with your mother goes back to that time. I also see a life in England, but prior to this life, a life in England. And you had a very common name. I think your name was Elizabeth, but I'm not sure whether that was your name or your mom's name. And in that life, you are not that wealthy. And you had some kind of health issues in that life. Do you complain of anything that has to do with pain in the joints in this life?
The only thing I'm struggling with health-wise is neuropathy. And I don't know what it's connected to.
Neuropathy is in the extremities, the legs. Is that something like this? Is it?
Yeah, like something like just peripheral neuropathy. Like,
peripheral, yeah. Is it mostly in your legs?
In my legs and my hands, yeah, in my arms.
Yeah. This is coming from that life. I think is coming because everything you've ever experienced might manifest at some point. It's part of the imprint that we carry. A disease is definitely karmic, that manifests at some point. And I feel like in your case, most likely you might not find the root of the problem. But I do believe that this is coming from that life in England prior to the life in Poland. And that life was a lot of struggle and was a lot. There's something happened, or you had it's like a disease, something, an infection, something, and it was kept in the memory of the cell. And that's why it's very hard to detect what you have right now. And I think what you have right now is also related to the possibility of some kind of undetected virus or something that exists in your system. Also, check the level of your sugar. How's your glucose level?
It's good. I've done the fasting blood sugar, and it's just under 6, so it's.
So that's still still okay.
It is, yeah.
It is okay. But for some reason, I feel to tell you to check on that and don't allow it to go higher. So just keep it on at that level, if possible.
That's good to know. I have one question. So have my husband and I had previous lives together?
Yeah, in the life in England. In the life in England, you knew him. But it was a life in which you care a lot about each other, but there was a lot of struggle and a lot of interferences, like his mother, people in his life. How do you get along with his family?
Very well.
Okay, so those were issues. It's very possible that in that life there were different souls that interfere. But there was a very good connection. I feel like this man is very good for you. I don't know if you agree with me.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, he's very good in your life because you knew each other. Have you ever had that feeling of knowing him?
Yes, very much.
Yeah. I felt like you knew him in that particular circumstance, and in that life I see a horse. I don't know if you guys like horses or who likes horses, but in that life I see a horse. Have you ever felt any connection with a horse? It might sound crazy, but...
No, there's no connection, yeah.
Yeah, well, sometimes, because, it's like you don't feel connected to a specific animal or anything like this. But I feel like I won't be surprised if one day in your future, if you go somewhere and see a horse, you will feel different about this. After me telling you, you might remember something that is buried in your subconscious mind.
Right.
Yeah, I think I can go on and on and on with you because I think it's so interesting. Do you find it interesting?
I do.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe I'm an old soul, been around the block.
Yeah, you really are an old soul. You really are, and you've been even in that life, that I see you at the beginning of the 19th century. I see you doing so much good, trying to help people, trying to spread good news, and a person of kindness, and a person, such a good spirit, such a good soul. And you had a connection with a grandmother that also came from a past life. Are you aware of that?
No, my grandmother this time?
One of your grandmothers. And there's a name that comes to me, Daniel or David. Does this ring any bell?
No.
That's another name from the life in England, David. I don't know who that was, what's the reason of it. You might think about it, probably it's going to come to you, but the name comes very clear in that record. I'm trying to read your records. I also see you on a boat, trying to go somewhere at some point in one of your past lives. It's just a lot of information keeps on coming, but I can go like this probably for 1 or 2 hours.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's so many paths. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I appreciate your time. Thank you.
I love you, my Rosemary. Thank you for calling me. Okay, my sweetheart.
Tonight.
Okay, I'm going to go to Coy in New York. Hi, my lovely Coy. How are you, my love?
Hi, Carmen. How are you?
I'm okay. You?
Great. Thank you so much for asking. I said a prayer before you came on the air, and I so asked for you to be blessed.
Oh, you're so sweet. I love you.
I wanted you to know I love you too. You make my day. You make my week.
Oh, you're so beautiful. I love you.
Thank you so much. I know you do because I love you too. So I love the subject matter. I love it. And
Right.
yes, yes, I have felt those types of connections that you talked about. I've also
Mm-hmm.
had that deja vu. Um, and I also noticed in this lifetime that people from Africa, when I'm around them, they get extremely excited to see me, and
Right.
they gave me a title, and I can't remember the name, but they told me it was the highest
Yeah, you were
title.
some kind of a goddesses, but the goddesses you were in, going back 25,000 years ago, there was a land called Lemuria. So we go back to another cosmic year,
Mm,
and you know, in the middle of the cosmic year, the poles might shift. That's why these two civilizations, Lemuria and Atlantis, went under the water. So
mhm.
and there was a new civilization. So that's why the Ark of Noah in the Bible. So because the symbol of okay, there's a lot of water, you know, but the poles can shift, and we can, you know, experience a rebirth, and that's what happens. But I do see in Lemuria, people in Lemuria were more darker skin, and I see you there. You were some kind of some kind of a priestess, some kind of a healer in a way. I see you by a river, and I see you are working with stones. You are chanting. You are working with a fire. It's just so fascinating the abilities that you had to help people get better. You know, but
Yes.
not a way we use the medicine today, you know, where you're putting drugs in people and cutting the body. There's a different way, you know, to break negativity and vibration energy. And I think that you're one of those gifted women in that time in our evolution when you were able to help others. And you are surrounded by a lot of people who are coming to you, like believing in you, and you help a lot of people. You always had in your heart a need to help people. Do you agree?
I agree.
And
I
you had a
feel like
black cat. You had a big black cat, like a puma. You're not even a cat. It was like,
I
wow.
I don't like little domestic cats, but I like big. You know the
I
ones
can't
that are
even think this is a cat because it's huge. You know, it's like
yes,
more like a black tiger. Like it's like something like that. I see protecting
right.
you in that life. It's like your protector,
Yes.
right? And then I see you in another life in which I think was in, you're not going to believe it. I think that life is actually in Russia because I see
I
you with
do
the,
believe it.
yeah, I
Sorry, go
see you
ahead.
a little girl, completely differently looking in that life with a white dress, and something happened to your parents in that life, and you were raised by a grandfather. You have a strong connection with a grandfather. It might even be in this life. Have you ever felt a connection to a grandfather?
Um, no. I was raised in a foster family, so but in my culture there was an older man that was old enough to be my grandfather,
Uh huh.
and he and I were very close, and we even had like a little secret handshake that we would do
Well,
together.
this is the man you knew before. This is the man I'm telling you. He was like your
Yeah.
protector. He looks like a grandfather figure because of protecting, you know,
Yes.
protecting you. So it's very interesting. And taking you by the hand, because he wanted you to be well. He wanted you to progress. He wanted you to advance in life. You understand? And he
Yes.
was guiding you. You were so guided and so protected. And it's interesting. I see that growing you up. I see you turning into like a beautiful young woman, and I see you with an emerald ring on your finger. Have you ever had a ring with a green stone?
Yes.
Because I want you to wear something with a green stone. It's so fascinating. It's going to open up the portal to some of your memories. It's almost like it's bringing you some power back.
I have an aquamarine.
Okay.
I love them for some reasons. It seems like it's a very old cell memory, but
Right.
Marine.
There's definitely, no doubt in my mind, there's definitely a memory that has a lot to do with the life in which you wear that. But that was your secret ring that, you know, when you have a piece of jewelry that, symbolizes power, you know? It's just so...
I also feel a strong connection and people from Asia and also...
in Asia, I see you prior to this life. You incarnated right away from that life. I see it, but this might have something to do with the beginning of the Second World War, and it's more with Japan. Japan, not so much China. The connection is more with Japan. And you had a son in that life. You had a son. And that life was very interesting because you had a son, but that son went to war. Something happened, was an entire story. And you have a lot of memories from that life that are very intense.
That's why I was wondering why they react to me so much. When I go in somewhere, they're just so happy to see me, and I'm just, you know, and I feel the same. Also, I have a feeling of native here, American Indian. I still feel.
Oh, absolutely! I see you an Indian woman with blue eyes, very black hair, and you had a feather. I see you with a feather in your hand, and on the top of the feather there was like a diamond. It's so interesting, very symbolic. And but you were a leader. You know, it's always, I feel like you were a leader. People, you're listening to you. You were guiding people. You were helping them. You were healing them. And I like that life, you know, as an Indian woman. I like that life. And again, I see you closer to a forest. You know, your soul is very connected to the nature.
Yes, even now.
So look for the nature. Trees, flowers, you know, forest.
I'm always like that. You are so on point. Correct. I'm still like that. Still. And but I love what I'm hearing, and so it's Lemuria, not so much Atlantis. I always felt like
Lemuria is the civilization which I see your soul goes back long time in the past. Long time. That was way before Atlantis. So your soul is extremely old, you know?
Oh, yes, it is.
Yeah.
Also,
you're very old soul, very caring, very loving, very,
So it seems like my soul, like a contract, is kind of like I'm here to help people feel better.
Exactly. This is something that exists within you through centuries and thousands of years. Yeah.
So my soul is still like that, and
your soul will always keep that imprint. Your soul will always keep that imprint of those lives. Your soul will never, you know what I mean? It will always carry that, you know?
I know that's a fact, Carmen. Thank you so much. I just don't understand the romantic karmic thing because I have not. I mean, it's just.
this goes back to past life. I see. I'm not pinpointing towards having a fabulous life partner. You know what I mean? In previous incarnation. This is the part that I think you were missing. I don't know if you agree with me. Do you?
I do.
Yeah. This is this is where your soul is looking for something that needed to restore, to bring in your life, because that never happened. You know what I mean? At least I'm not detecting that. I'm not saying never happened. Probably did at some point in one of those lives. And I think you need to bring that back. And that's what I think in this life, you make it become also your mission.
Where did I leave it? Or did it never happen?
No, I think it did happen at some point. And I'm getting that it did happen somewhere in the 9th century.
Oh, okay.
And you were like a nomads, and I see you in like those walking nomads. Imagine the way they were in the 9th century, and there was a very nice man by your side. That was the love of your life, but there was a war between some people, you know, as they were you were travelers, and I think you lost him, and I think that loss was so hurtful to you, and you were looking for that soul, to meet that soul again. You didn't want to settle for anyone else other than for that particular soul.
Exactly.
And he has a name that started with an A, like Arminis. Has a very weird name. And I think that this happens somewhere in where today in Europe. This time we're going back to Europe, and we're going back 1,000-something years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going that far back in time when you had that love. And for 1,000-something years, you're looking to meet that soul again. And I think you will. I think you will.
Here on Earth, or when I go back?
No, here. You're going to meet him here. You're going to meet him here. You will. Okay. You will. Okay, my beautiful. Thank you for calling me.
Thank you. It's so
okay. Fun. Okay. I love you. I love you. Thank you, my lovely. I'm going to take a short break, and then I'm going to go to Cornelia, Julia, Barb, and Marina. I have to move fast through all of you, so I'm going to take a short break.
The best of the holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
OMTimes magazine is one of the leading online content providers of positivity, wellness, and personal empowerment. A philanthropic organisation, their net proceeds are funneled to support worldwide charity initiatives via Humanity Healing International. Through their commitment to creating community and providing conscious content, they aspire to uplift humanity on a global scale. Connect at omtimes.com. OMTimes, creating a more conscious lifestyle.
My name is Victor Furman. Some call me The Voice. I've always been fascinated with human nature, spirituality, science, and the crossroads at which they meet. Join me Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on OMTimes Radio, and we'll explore these topics and so much more on Destination Unlimited.
COVID-19, brought to you by CDC and the Ad Council.
If you're feeling increasingly lonely right now, you're not alone. It's totally normal. Even though we may not be able to get together in person, connecting virtually with friends and family still gives you a chance to interact with people and may help raise your spirits. Join a virtual book club, set up group text chats, or online video coffee breaks with coworkers.
Find more self-care and coping tips at coping-19.org.
And I'm back. I'm going to go straight to Cornelia. Hi, Cornelia, my love.
Hello, Carmen. It's so good to hear you, and thank you for taking my call.
Always. I love you, Cornelia. Do you have a specific question for me?
I love you so much. I love you so much. Yes, please tell me what's wrong with my karma. related to career, because you remember, I think 2-3 weeks ago we talked, and I was telling you that I'm on the edge to quit my job, and I did, because for me it wasn't like, I just couldn't make it. And all my life, I was losing jobs stupidly, not because I'm not able to do them.
So now what happened? You lost the job?
I did.
You did. Don't worry, you get another job. And you're getting right away back in probably 2 or 3 weeks. So what is wrong when you lose once, you can lose 3 times, you can lose it 20 times, because it's the repetition. That's what karma is all about. Something that we experience keep on happening to us. And this is the danger of, don't go through a divorce, don't do this, because you keep on repeating over and over. And you get trapped into repetition of something. So that's what's happening to you. You keep on repeating an episode in your life. It keeps on happening, you know? So what I'm trying to say... When is going to break? You can break the moment when you don't want to let go, by all means, and you stick with that job no matter what. And then you break to that pattern of behavior. This becomes a pattern of behavior. But in 3 weeks, you're going to have another opportunity. Call me and let me know about that one. Because I feel like that's a very good one.
Thank you. Please, can you tell me just around where you can see me? What you see me?
I see you somewhere working with, it's more like this one is more like an office. This one is different. This was in something else. It might be completely different of everything you've ever tried. But it might be better and more rewarding than anything you've ever tried. So just allow it to be the way it's going to be presented to you. You understand what I mean? So don't.
I will.
If the universe opens a different door, take it. You know.
I will, but will I be able ever to stick with a job?
Of course, yeah. With this one, yeah. Because you need to force yourself to break that pattern of behavior.
I'm trying so hard, and I can never accomplish it.
No, yes, you can. Never say that. Never say you cannot. Of course you will. This time you certainly will.
Okay, then you see me working in 2-3 weeks.
Yes. Let me know. Let's talk again in 2-3 weeks.
Thank you so much. I wish you a beautiful evening, and thank you again for taking my call. I love you, Carmen, so much.
I love you more. Hi, Julia. Are you still on with me, my love?
Yeah. Hi, Carmen. How are you?
Hi, beautiful Julia. How's my lovely girl?
Yeah, doing well. Congratulations for 4 years on Times Radio. I didn't have the chance.
Oh, I love you, sweetheart.
And for your birthday.
Yeah. For my birthday. Thank you, my angel. Thank you. You're so sweet. So how can I help you, my lovely Julia?
Yeah, so I have a burning question, desire in my mind. I have a tiny house here in Bucharest. And I think I convinced my parents to sell it. And they always ask me, what's the next step? And,
yeah, they're right, because you wanna know what you're doing. So, okay, you're selling this out, but what are you gonna do after that? You know?
So let me tell you, I just found a property, a piece of land somewhere in Moldova near a monastery. So, this is my dream for me to live in a greeny area surrounded by the mountains.
Oh, how beautiful! I love it.
So I want to make this step and take this decision and go there, see the land.
Yeah, it's a good decision. Do it. It's a great decision. Yeah.
Even if I'm on my own and I don't have anyone, but I think I shouldn't be scared, and I should just
don't be scared. It's gonna be very good. You will be very, very happy. Just do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Perfect decision, and it's gonna happen. And you will call me and let me know. I see a beautiful property. Oh my God, surrounded by trees and a river and a mountain. And it's beautiful, breathtaking. That's the way everybody should live, in the middle of the nature. That's the healthiest way to live.
And they tell me, okay, how you gonna live there, and all these stupid questions that people who haven't done this.
No, that's the way people will want to live in the future. Not in the big places, not in the big cities. No.
Yeah.
So do it, my love.
Okay, thank you. And do
Okay,
you
my
see someone
beautiful.
over there with me, or I'll just be alone?
No, I see you with a very nice guy. Very
Okay.
lovely. A man around your
Okay.
age. He will come
Yeah,
into
you
your
told
life,
me.
I promise you. I love you, my
Yeah,
Julia. Thank you for
I love you.
calling me.
Bye-bye. Bye,
Bye, my sweetheart. I'm going to go to Barb in Illinois. Hi, Barb.
Hi, Carmen. Thank you for taking my call.
Absolutely, my love.
Okay, I got a health concern,
Tell me.
and with my breast, yeah, not good. Am I going to find the person I need to help me?
Is this cancer?
Well, I've never given it a name.
Oh, okay, so it's not. So
Well,
we're not
I don't
giving it
know.
a name and it's not.
Okay.
But you'll find somebody who's going to fix it. Nothing will happen to you, my love. Nothing will happen to you.
A
I can
male
tell you
or a
that
female
much.
doctor?
What did you say?
A male or a female doctor?
A male doctor. Around 50s, he's brunette. He's very professional. He's going to explain you everything. He's going to do a great job. He's going to tell you not to be worried. It's going to be better than you think.
Well, I hope that's true.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And will I find him soon?
Yeah, very soon. You need to find him right away.
Yeah, I know I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
And one
so-
other question.
Sure.
Other question. Is there any love out there for me in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. There is somebody, I think he's in the legal field. He's a very hardworking man, very nice. He will treat you like a queen. He will be so nice to you. You haven't had that. I don't know if you ever had something so nice, because he's kind, he's good, he's educated, he's meant to come into your life. And we were talking about past lives. I think this is somebody who you knew. You knew before. Give me the month and the day of your birth, not the year.
2/20.
4 plus, yeah. So 4 plus 6.
No, February 20th.
Yeah, but what I did, I added 2 plus 2.
Okay.
February is 2 plus 20th is 2, that's 4 plus 2022. Oh my God, there's so many 2s. But that breaks through something for 26 years. What happened 26 years ago? Where were you in your life?
How old was I then? I don't even know.
Well, count.
I don't know.
Yeah, I want to tell you that something that you carry for a long, it's like some kind of a blockage, if you want to call it this way. But I think things are turning around for you right now. You meet this man, and you have to tell me about him. When you meet him, which you will by now to the summer, let me know about him.
Okay, and he's an attorney, you say?
He's in the legal field. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
He's very mannered, very nice, will adore you. You get the love you never had. It's going to happen.
Wow. All
Yes.
right.
I
Well,
love
thank
you. Bye, beautiful
I love
Barb.
you.
I'm going to go to Marina. I have only 1 minute left. Hi, Marina from New York. I love you. Can you hear me? Marina.
Hello, I'm here.
Hi, beautiful.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you so much for calling me. I'm at the end of the show, so I'm here to answer your question. Anything you want to ask me?
Oh, you're talking about the past, and I'm concerned about that.
Not be concerned about the past is somehow reflected in the present and in the future, but if you work it out, you can close the door of the past. That's what I think you're going to do. Okay. So I feel like something in you needs to be healed, and it will be healed. I don't know why am I feeling that you need to see an acupuncturist. I can't tell you why. But I feel like somebody who's balancing your meridians of energy. I also see the possibility of getting a new home or do you plan to move?
No.
Okay. Do you plan to update your house or make some changes in your home?
No.
Okay. I don't know why that comes to me. Or there's an extra property, or you invest in something, or that comes to me. Do you have a child?
No. No children.
No children? No children. Okay. So that comes from past life, the issue with the kid. This life you could have had a daughter, could have. So whatever happened that she chose not to come, or you choose not to let her come. But you're very okay. Anything about your health that you have any concern or something you want to ask me?
Well, I had a fall the other day in the bathtub, and I have pain in my chest.
Okay. It's not so bad, but I would do a scanning or something to make sure.
Yes,
I personally see that an acupuncturist, somebody that can open up so the pain goes away.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's anything dramatic. I think you're going to be fine.
Okay, Carmen.
But check it. And call me again, Marina. I would love to talk to you much more. Okay, my love?
For sure.
I love you, my sweetheart. Thank you for calling me. And I'm Carmen Harra on OMTime Radio, guys. I'm at the end of the show. Thank you for listening. I'll be with you next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on OMTime Radio.